So now we're going to go ahead and calculate our gross wage. What's important is that we're going to start with your annual income first, because we're going to need to determine that for our taxes, but also so that we can then quickly determine our monthly gross wage. So on your spreadsheet, we have the annual gross wage here in cell D6. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here and then calculate our monthly gross and our income tax and FICA tax. We've done this before many times in class, so you should be able to do this at this point. So talking about my annual gross wage, I'm going to need to open up a calculator, and I'm going to take my average number of weeks, right? So if we think, or actually I can take the whole number of weeks because I know how many weeks are in a year, which is 52. And if you didn't know that, that's cool. But if you Google it, there's 52 weeks in a year. So I can take the 25 hours per week and multiply that by 52, and I will work 1,300 hours in a year if I worked every week the whole time. Now, what I think would be a great point at this point is to recognize you're probably not going to work every single week for 25 hours. So we multiplied it by 52, but it might be more safe if you multiplied it by 50, just in case, because you're going to take holidays and things off, and maybe you'll go on vacation, or you'll have something that you need to go do, or a sick day. And so you kind of want to budget in a worst case scenario, right? You never want to over budget so that you're making more money than you'll actually make, or you're spending less money than you'll actually spend. So I'm actually going to take my 25 and multiply it by 50 rather than 52, just in case I have those days, which we know we probably will. So I'm going to work 1,250 hours a year. I'm then going to go ahead and take that and multiply that by how much I make, $1,650. And so I'm going to make $20,625 in a year, and I'm going to type that in here. So 20,625. Okay. If you hit enter, it'll take you down to the next cell and accept the information in the cell. I'm then going to need to figure out how much I make on a month. Now, if you know how to use Excel, you can make it do it automatically using the equal sign and creating a function. I'm also can just do it on my calculator for those of us that don't know how to do it, which is perfectly okay. And I'm going to divide this by 12, which would be my monthly gross wage because there's 12 months in a year. So I'm going to make $1,718.75. So $1,718.75. Okay. Now at this point, these next three pieces you should be able to do on your own, and it should be going ahead and you should be able to figure out your net income. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to let you figure yours out on your own. If you are struggling, please go to the next slide because you can get a walkthrough of how to do that, but I really want you to try it on your own. I've seen everyone in class pretty much be able to do this without my help, where they take their monthly gross income or their annual income, they figure out what tax income or federal tax bracket they are in, figure out their federal income tax, you know your FICA, which is 7.65%, and determine your monthly net income after you pay these two taxes. So you should be able to figure that out from here.